Yeah, welcome to the podcast, man. Richard, we thinks you gonna have a good time. Me not know what you waiting for. Just enjoy this podcast. Yeah, play it forward. Ja, me not know what that intro was about, but welcome back to the Play It Forward podcast.
Play It Forward podcast in the house, reggae style, this week only.
In the Rasta
we have
house.
A special in the Rasta house. Wait, that's the server we're on, right? Rasta house?
Mm-hmm, the Rasta house server.
The Rasta house server. And on this show, we got a very special guest coming up later on. That is Glis6. Mm-hmm. He's the sixth Glis. There was 5 other ones previously. They all died in a tragic plane accident. Mm-hmm. Apparently, the driver had ketchup in his eyes, and he went down.
Yeah, it was a tragedy.
Yeah.
But anyhow, the first segment we have for you is the game.
Another game
always.
segment, yep.
And once again, it came from the brilliant mind of Abdul-Get himself.
Mm-hmm. My brilliant mind. It is called Casting Call, and what we do in this segment is we've picked 3 servers. We picked in order of least to most important, we picked Minecraft, Red Cubed, and then Rockhouse.
Right.
And then as well as some bonus YouTubers as well. And the point of this segment is for us individually on our own. We haven't told each other prior to this. We've picked random people from these servers, and then we assigned an actor that we think would be good to play them in a movie based on looks or just the way they talk or style, or just like something random, just as a joke. We picked a certain actor.
Right, right. Some of them are. Oh, actually, a lot of mine are kind of just jokes. So
yeah. So hopefully people. Well, I was gonna say hopefully people aren't offended, but no, hopefully they are.
Yeah,
because I'm sure they will be.
They will be, but hopefully they understand it's all in jest, and hopefully as well,
just like last
you guys, you guys can comment in the comments and let us know what your actor picks would be for some of these people.
Oh yeah, good idea.
And just if you had to make a Rockhouse or a Minecraft or a Red Cube movie, what actors would you pick to play the different people? And what do you think of our suggestions? So I guess we're gonna start.
Well, I just want to say we're gonna do our best to try to explain who these people are, because I know a lot of people won't know just by name of the actors, so we'll say like something they're most famous for. Hopefully, I'm guessing there's a lot that neither one of us are gonna know. Yeah. Even in this.
Mine are pretty well known. I'm really bad with actors though. I'm bad at matching names to faces. So you might hear a lot of typing during this podcast because I need to see pictures. So yeah.
Luckily, we got our brand new mechanical keyboards.
Yep. It's gonna sound like D-Day. All right.
Okay, so what server do we want to start with?
The movie D-Day, but Saving Private Ryan. The server we want to start with obviously is the most important one.
Okay. So Rockhouse then, right?
So Rockhouse, yeah. I was
just
gonna see what you said. Okay.
And who wants to go first? I have more Rockhouse people than you have.
Yeah,
I believe.
You can start us off with a few.
Oh, should we start with ourselves first?
Yeah. That's good.
Who I picked for myself. This wasn't actually my pick, but I was like, it's okay. My girlfriend was trying to help me come up with some names, and yes, I do have a girlfriend, by the way, so I'm showing off about that.
Yep.
No, I said something about that in a stream, and someone's like, "Oh yeah, what?" I
think it was showing off.
I think it was Blaze, the polymath. I think he said that when I did the 321 Heyday stream. But for me, okay, my girlfriend picked this, and I was like, "Yeah, I guess that kind of makes sense." Do you know Seth Rogen from Knocked Up, the main character, and he was also in Freaks and Geeks, the TV show?
Yeah, I do actually.
I mean, he doesn't have the full beard. He's a little bit chubby, kind of like me, I guess, because I'm fat. But I guess I probably kind of talk like him a little bit. Comedy's style is kind of similar.
I don't know. You come off as more like short and muscular than like chubby to me.
Oh yeah. Okay, good. Phew.
Like
because that video went up and I was like, the other day the basketball.
Yeah, I watched that. That was hilarious.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. People say they don't think I look look like as much as I weigh. I weigh like 200 pounds, and I always got that. Even when I weighed like 180, I looked slimmer just because I was more muscular. But I've kind of gained some fat lately because I've been doing YouTube. So.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you think of that pick? Is that bad?
That's not bad. I was actually looking at Seth Rogen for someone, but I couldn't come up with anybody. So that's funny that I picked you.
Well. Now it's your turn to name yourself.
okay, for myself, well, obviously my science teacher would be the best, but he's not a celebrity. That's what my skin's based off.
Not yet. Well, I mean, you're making him a celebrity.
Yeah, yeah. This one's completely a joke. I chose Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler,
because he's the Jew. He's like the most
he's
famous
the Jew.
Jewish actor. And even though I'm not Jewish, people say we better explain this joke. It's like an in joke in the pretty much between you and me and some other people too. I put up a vlog once, and I have like a really long untrimmed. Or I had a long untrimmed beard, and it's really like scrappy and scraggly. And someone was like, "You look Jewish," and I assume it was because of the beard. And so ever since that, I've just become Jewish Mog Swamp. So
yeah, I think it was also like, okay, the stereotype with Jews is like the bigger nose too, and the beard kind of accented your nose and made it look like a little bit bigger too. So it was funny. Like, yeah, I could kind of see it because that's like a typical look.
Yeah,
you would think. So it's funny now that you mentioned why you picked Adam Sandler. My pick for you actually kind of fits that mold a little bit, but maybe not as ridiculous. I picked for you Ben Stiller.
Oh, Ben Stiller.
Yeah. I thought the hair kind of similar, features similar. I think your comedy style is more similar to him than it would be Adam Sandler, because he's more
so too.
like childish. So.
And like I'm just thinking of Zoolander, like,
ooh,
Zoolander. Derek Zoolander. I actually, in real life, a lot of people compare me to Jim Carrey, which is interesting, and sometimes Johnny Depp I'll get, but that's mostly just because of their personalities, not because of, especially Jim Carrey. I guess the weird faces he makes, people say I look like Jim Carrey sometimes, because I make some pretty wacky faces.
Yeah.
So
that's hilarious. Now you have to tell me who you picked for me.
Right. So for you, I picked. Well, I picked two of them. I couldn't decide.
Okay.
For one of them, I picked Billy Mays.
Billy Mays.
Hi,
Billy Mays here.
His style just reminds me so much of you sometimes. And
I have a skin dressed up like him, actually.
Oh, you do?
I used it for that Zombie Purification Center video.
Oh,
that was a Billy Mays skin.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Yes, yeah.
The clothes.
Because you're like a blonde Billy Mays almost, actually. But that one was kind of a joke, and he's not really a movie actor. So the other one really I chose was well, yeah, that's true. The other one I chose was Chris Pratt, and he's Andy Dwyer on Parks and Rec. He's the new Star-Lord in the Guardians of the Galaxy movie coming up.
Oh, I've seen this guy before because I've seen a little bit of that show. My brother
he was in the
it.
Lego movie as well. He actually
nice and fat there, at least in some of the pictures I see here.
No, he's jacked in.
He must have got
movie.
He must have gotten into shape then.
Yeah, for the new movie, but
oh, there you go.
He actually reminds me a little more of your brother somehow. I don't know why.
Oh yeah,
but I thought it was close enough. So
funny. There you go. One thing I was thinking you would probably go with that my brother gets himself is Zach Galifianakis, from The Hangover.
I thought of that one too, but I don't know. He just seems too. I don't know.
He's like too weird, too fat.
Yeah, just too
big of a beard.
Yeah, too much. It would be like if you just like became larger than life. Like Gary times 3.
Okay.
Would be Zach.
I have some good ones with this rock house. It's hilarious.
All right, let's hear them.
I guess I'm gonna go with Drink His Dank next. He's not officially on Rock House anymore, but he's still in our hearts, of course. Always. Right. But okay. Have you ever seen any of the Beverly Hills Cops movies?
No.
Have you ever seen Seinfeld?
Well, some episodes, yeah.
Have you seen the episode with the close talker guy that always
I don't know.
Okay, you might have to look this guy up, but I picked Judge Reinhold from Beverly Hills Cop. He's like the kind of tall, lanky,
let me look.
Dorky
this guy. He's in the Santa Claus movies.
Oh,
that's where I know.
Oh yeah, he is, huh? Yeah, I forgot.
He
about
plays that awful guy in the Santa Claus movie, and he's got that stupid sweater on. Yeah, that one's great.
More specifically, him when he was younger is where I picked him. Like if you look him up from Beverly Hills Cop, like I just thought that was total Drink His Dank right there.
All right, let's see.
Oh man.
Oh yeah. I can see it for sure. That's hilarious. With the short hair, especially.
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay, that one's good. I'll give you that one.
Okay, good.
All right, you should do another one.
Okay, I'll do another one because you have a few.
Yeah.
I think you have El Hollow, right? So I kind of don't want to steal your
I
thunder
have
just
El
yet
Hollow.
with that one.
It's not
I'll
very
go
serious though.
I'll go with Trevor. This one's kind of funny too. Have you seen Inception? The movie?
Yeah.
You know Arthur?
Yeah.
Yeah, him.
Okay.
Third Rock from the Sun. He was Joseph Gordon-Levitt is his name. He was in that show as a kid.
Yeah.
He was in 10 Things I Hate About You as well.
That's not bad. Yeah.
I figured he doesn't really have the same voice. Kind of looks like him a bit though. They both kind of have like. Trevor has like these eyes that are kind of slanty a little bit. It's weird.
Like,
I don't know how to explain it.
It reminds me of like an Alaskan eyes almost.
Oh yeah, yeah.
To me,
so
like Inuit eyes.
So I thought that was a good pick right there, Joseph Gordon-Levitt for Trevor.
Well, that's a compliment to Trevor because if there is one man in the whole world who who I consider to be attractive, it would be that man. He's just like the classiest looking guy.
Yeah.
I see him, I'm just like, I wish I looked like you. He's like one classy man.
There you go.
Okay.
Wish you looked like Trevor.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, so I have two left. How many do you have? Just one?
Well, I have El Hollow and a special one, I guess.
On Rockhouse?
Yeah.
Do you want to go, or should I do another one?
Yeah, I'll do my special pick, which is Rick Clark 58.
Oh yeah.
Right. Well, is he officially a Rockhouse member or what? We still deciding.
I mean, like, I said it in the stream. He said he would.
Yeah, so he's at
We
least
just
an
haven't
honorary member
Yeah,
at this point.
We haven't added him just yet, but he's basically on.
Right. For him, I chose Ian McKellen, which is the guy who plays Gandalf.
Ian McKellen? Let's see.
Yeah. He plays Gandalf.
I need a refresher. Oh, God.
Okay, so, I mean, I know Rick Clark's not that old, but I thought it was funny. And Ian McKellen is just so, like, gentle and...
Uh-huh.
I don't know. He's just such a beautiful man.
I'm just looking at, like, I searched him, and just this one picture of him with a beard, with shorter hair, just...
Yeah,
like,
with the big old mustache. And
that's kind of how I would picture Rick Clark, sort of, you know?
Yeah.
In a way. Oh, man, that's hilarious. And
even though the guy's not even that old.
Yeah, I know, yeah. I'm going to go with, well, he said he was a grandpa, so you never know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with this one. This one is hilarious. He's probably gonna hate this one if he listens to the podcast. But for 2 game, I went with Shia LaBeouf from Transformers.
Shia LaBeouf
from Holes, the movie.
Yeah. I love
Even
Shia
Stevens
LaBeouf.
on Disney.
Yeah.
I figured mostly more like a little bit younger, where he was kind of like clean cut and scraggly hair.
Do you know what 2 game looks like? Because
yeah, I do.
Okay, I've never seen actually what he looks like.
Okay, hold on. Let me get you a link to that.
Yeah, well, maybe we'll put pictures and stuff in the descriptions. Maybe.
Maybe. Probably not.
Maybe. At least one of mine needs to go in the description. I'll tell you guys that much.
Yeah, there you
go. And that one's coming later. That one's one of the Minecraft guys, which I found. You'll see. You'll see.
Yeah. I sent you a link on Skype.
Okay,
if you can go to that really quick and just look at a picture of him. Just scroll down, you'll see a couple.
Okay. Oh, so that's what he looks like, huh?
Mm-hmm. Like Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf. That's too good. Oh, wow. Keep Austin weird. Nice.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's
there
hilarious.
You go.
Okay,
your turn now.
That's funny. Man, now I'm trying to think who he looks like. He reminds me of someone 2 game.
Oh, yeah.
But anyways, okay, so my last one is El Hollow.
Yep, I have El Hollow too.
I can't even say it with a straight face. Whoopi Goldberg.
Whoopi Goldberg.
I was looking up like most famous celebrities, and I just saw Whoopi Goldberg, and I was like, I gotta say it. I gotta do it.
Yeah. I've seen a picture of him briefly. And I think this one kind of looks closest to him that I can think of just really quick. And you've seen the TV show Community, right? Didn't you just mention?
Yeah.
Okay. You know Donald Glover?
Yeah, I love that guy.
Yeah, that's who I picked for him.
Oh, does he look like Donald Glover?
He sort of like I think the picture I've seen of him, he has glasses and kind of like medium skin tone, not like really dark. I think he does kind of look like him a little bit.
Yeah, Donald Glover's hilarious. He's like,
yeah.
Oh my god, and his rap music too. I've watched his comedy stuff.
Well, El Hollow does raps. He has some rap stuff on his channel. So
does he really?
Yeah, he does.
I like to rap too, so El Hollow and I need to have a rap battle sometime.
I like to rap as well, but I usually only do it around Christmas time or birthdays. You were talking about presents.
Yeah, shut up, man. All right, that does it for my Rock House picks.
Yeah, mine as well.
All right, I got a ton of Red Cube ones, so I'll dive in, I guess.
Yeah, there you go. I'll have a couple.
I'll do my two favorites. For Jake, and for those of you that don't know, Red Cubed is done. We're just doing it because we were both there. I was there for a year, so it's the people I know. A lot of these guys are in Time Shot or other places. So
it's easier to include them all into one group here.
Yeah, exactly. Jake, I picked Andy Milonakis. Do you know him?
Yeah. Okay.
He's like a 40-year-old guy, but he still looks and sounds 12. And it's like, it's the funniest thing to me. And that's just how I picture Jake turning out.
Oh, man.
Like, Jake's going to be like a 50-year-old, and he's going to look and sound like Andy Milonakis.
That is a good one, yeah.
Yeah, I just love that one. And I love Andy Milonakis. He's hilarious. Kind of annoying, but mostly just hilarious.
Yeah, definitely.
Just the concept of him in general cracks me up. Like, how can you look so young?
Yeah.
I think
people don't know him. He had a show on MTV for a little bit, didn't he?
Yeah. It was the Andy Milonakis show. That's what he's most famous for. Other than that, he hasn't done much, I don't think.
Yeah. He was in the movie Waiting, like in a kind of minor role.
Yeah. I'm just reading Extreme Movie, Who's Your Caddy, stuff like weird comedy movies.
Weird crap.
Yeah. So yeah, and then for Patch.
Patch.
I'm just wondering, did you do Patch?
I was trying to, like, the closest I was trying to find somebody that was a comedian that was just like really bad, really dry.
Oh, so we picked the same one probably.
Well, I didn't decide on one. The closest I could get to finding anyone was Norm Macdonald.
Oh, okay. No, never mind. I picked Jerry Seinfeld.
Jerry Seinfeld.
Because I was just saying in my head, like, guys, the murder mystery, right? And then all of a sudden I was like, what's the deal with that?
That is actually pretty good.
And I was just like, wait a minute.
Kind of like that.
Yeah, he's just got like this weird lame sense of humor. And I don't know what Patch looks like, so I figured, why not make him Jerry Seinfeld?
We had similar ideas. I just never got to Jerry Seinfeld for some reason. That's pretty good though, yeah.
All right, you want to do one?
Okay, I got 3. I'll do should I do Jake since you already just did him?
Yeah, go ahead, yeah.
Okay. I got Jake, and this one, I don't know. I'll have to probably, before I say I'll say his name. His name is Christopher Mintz-Plasse. I don't know. But he is from Kick-Ass. He's McLovin from Superbad. That's who I picked for Jake. I don't know if you know him. He's like the main guy in Kick-Ass. He's got glasses, like dark hair, kind of skinny and scrawny.
I don't know if I've seen this guy. I think I have. Yeah, I recognize him, but I don't know too much about him.
Yeah, I just thought like he just seemed like Jake to me, the closest I could come up with.
That's funny.
For him.
I like Andy Milonakis better.
That is a good one, yeah.
Oh yeah, I see the pictures of him in Superbad. Yeah. I can see that. Yeah. Okay. That is kind of how I picture Jake. No offense to you, Jake. You just sound like a nerd, bud. No, I'm just kidding. We can pick on Jake. We can ban him from the podcast.
Yes, we can. Ban him from the chat.
All right, go ahead. You can do a few more.
Okay, this one I think is this was my first and probably greatest pick in terms of personality, looks, everything. And this is kind of an obscure guy, but his name's Jeffrey Arend. I'm not sure how you say that. He did the voice for Upchuck and Daria, and he was in Undeclared. I don't know if you've ever seen that TV show. It was short-lived.
So how do you spell it? Jeffrey?
It's Jeffrey spelled with a G. Geoffrey. Arend.
R-E-N-D. Okay. Let's see.
He just looks like him, and if you've seen anything from him, like especially in Undeclared,
who does?
This guy looks like Drew.
Oh, Drew. Okay.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
And if you've seen him in Undeclared, he like is an impressionist, and he in one of the episodes, and he does like all these really annoying impressions and tries to be all funny, and it's just his voice and the way he just talks just reminded me of Drew so much.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah. Yeah, I can see. I wonder where I've seen this guy. I think I've seen him in 500 Days of Summer.
Yeah, he might have been in that. He's been like in a lot of different.
Yeah,
stuff,
he usually has like the real
roles.
minor roles, right?
Yeah,
like the
yeah,
little
he usually
cameos.
does.
He's one of those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I think that's probably the pick I'm most proud of.
Okay.
So far.
I didn't actually have one for Drew. Did you have a Vaughn?
No, I tried. I was trying to get one,
Okay.
but it was tough for
the
me.
Vaughn I ended up going with was Daniel Radcliffe.
Daniel Radcliffe. I think I know that name.
He's Harry Potter.
Oh, Harry Potter.
But if you didn't know, Daniel Radcliffe is really short, and for some reason, whenever I think of Vaughn, I just think of him being short because that's like one of the things that struck me about him. But also, just I don't know, they have not really similar faces, but just there's something similar about him. I can't like put my finger on it.
Yeah,
So
I think more with if he has the glasses, they look somewhat similar.
Yeah. So that's cool. Vaughn is Harry Potter.
There you go. I'm sure he'd like that. How many more Red Cube do you have?
I have Ice Cube. I have
Ice
Liam and Poet and Steve. So that's 4.
Please tell me that Ice Cube is Ice Cube.
No, I wish.
Oh, man.
No, for Ice Cube, I actually did Michael Cera.
Oh yeah, I was
reason,
considering
like-
him for someone. I was considering him for Jake at
Oh
first.
yeah,
as well.
yeah. Well, I was kind of doing the same thing. I was like, who would Michael Cera be? It was kind of backwards on that, and then I was just like, he's so quiet and like, but weirdly funny and awkward,
Yeah.
sort of, and that's like Ice Cube's style, like
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah.
that sort of awkward, funny type of thing. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
That's my favorite type of comedy, honestly. Like the really awkward stuff, like Tim and Eric, and just stuff like that, where it's like you're cringing the whole time. Or at least lately, that's what I've been watching a lot of. And then I guess you probably had a Poet, right?
Yeah, I have a Poet.
All right, you can do yours first.
Okay, Kevin Smith.
Kevin Smith.
Jane Silent Bob.
I gotta see him. Oh, this guy. Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. Not bad at all.
Yeah.
Wow, it actually kind of looks kind of similar in some of these pictures, not all of them, just some of them.
Yeah. So, yeah.
I had Jack Black. I don't know.
Black.
Just like I was like watching an interview with Jack Black, and I was like, this guy kind of reminds me of Poet a little bit. So
Do his laugh or something or what?
yeah, that and like just I don't know. The way he talks, they don't have like a super similar way of talking, but it's just as like distinct, and so I just thought it was an okay pick.
Funny.
Are you all out?
Yeah, I'm all out of Red Cube.
Okay, I'll just finish mine off. For Liam, I actually like this one quite a bit. I had Simon Cowell.
Simon Cowell. Okay.
Because he's like not for looks or anything, but Simon Cowell like is infamous for like being like sarcastic and like witty and like mean, but then he's also like famous for having like these really sincere like loving moments. And I was just like, and he's British, right? So I knew I had to pick someone like really British. So
There you go.
I was like, oh, then Liam Simon Cowell. And then the last one I had was Elemento Steve as Chris Rock.
That's a great one.
Because he's just like, hey guys, Steve here. And I'm like, Chris Rock.
What's up, guys?
Yeah, what's up, guys? Chris Rock. Like, hey
That's funny
guys,
'cause
Steve here.
Like, I personally, before I even met him, when I first heard him, I thought he was black. He sounded black to me.
Yeah. You mentioned
And
that.
other
That's
people have
kind of
said
what
that as well,
influenced
yeah.
me, I think, to say it is. You had told me that. So that does it for Red Cube for me as well.
Yep. We got Mindcrack, and we got maybe a bonus or two as well.
Mm-hmm.
We're kind of running short on time, so we should probably
Yeah, well,
try to go
we don't
through
know
a little
these
bit
people
quick.
personally, so it'll probably be more entertaining to the listeners that don't know our little circle of friends. And but so we can go through these ones a little bit faster. They're a little more. It's like comparing celebrities to celebrities at this point,
Yeah, kind of, right?
So
we both have the same amount. I'll go first since you did a couple in a row.
okay.
And I'm going to go first with B00. This one's a dual threat here. Two picks. B00. So there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Richards Kramer. which mostly just as Kramer, he looked like him. And I think the story is he got that a lot in high school as well.
Yeah.
And this is a pick that everyone has said this like a bunch of times, John Stamos. I think if you combine the two, John Stamos is from Full House, for people that don't know. Kramer from Seinfeld. If you combine those two, I think you get a good B-double-O.
Yeah. All right, my B-double-O, I'll just say it because I also had one. This one doesn't make as much sense at first, but it's John Malkovich.
John Malkovich.
Because sometimes B-double-O does this thing where he's like, hey, everybody, it's B-double-O. And John Malkovich has the same sort of thing. He's like, I'm John Malkovich. He's like,
yeah.
Look at me, I'm John Malkovich. So it just reminded me. I don't know why. But there you go.
Okay, should I go next?
Yeah.
Just down the line. For generic B, this one was tough because it's hard to capture his look and kind of goofy style.
Mm-hmm.
I went with two different guys here as well. Robin Williams for number one.
Okay.
Mrs. Doubtfire, everything. People pretty much know him by name. And then Patton Oswalt, who I think is more kind of looks like him a little bit more in some ways.
What is his first name?
Shorter. Patton Oswalt. He was in King of Queens. He's a stand-up comedian mostly, is I think what he's known for.
Gotcha.
Kind of like a little chubby guy with like little spiked up hair. I don't know. You might have seen him before.
For some reason, generic B reminds me of some cartoon character that I've seen, but I can never remember. I think it's like the rat, one of the rats from Flushed Away or something that he reminds me of. But I
don't even know what that is.
Exactly. It's some obscure DreamWorks movie from way back. So I don't know. But yeah, you can keep going, I guess.
Oh really? I thought we had the same amount. Do you have a generic or no?
Oh, I guess I don't have a generic, but I'll do one too. And before I move on, I found a thread on Minecraft of people who had thought of the same thing, casting people, and I just saw one. I didn't use it because I felt like it would be cheating. But Seth MacFarlane as generic B, actually.
Yeah, I've heard that before. I just forgot about it.
They look kind of similar.
Not too bad, yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
But okay, so I had this one's so easy. Doc M. He's not German, but Arnold Schwarzenegger. I mean, he's got the Terminator skin. He kind of talks like, he's like, Doc M. So I thought that one was good.
Oh, wow, that's crazy. Okay, MC Gamer, this one is hilarious and easy because, first he has the suits. He used to have the ponytail. How could you not pick Penn Jillette for MC Gamer? You know Penn and Teller?
Oh, Penn, yeah.
Yeah, it's so perfect. The ponytail, bigger guys, the suit,
Okay, yeah, that is really perfect. I never saw that coming.
Yeah.
I didn't have one for him, but I'll do another one of mine. Did you have a Kurt?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, Kurt was easy. I just picked David Tennant, which is one of the doctors from Doctor Who.
Of course.
And it's his skin, so that one's easy.
Wonder he does kind of look like him a little bit too.
Yeah, that's why I kind of picked him.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, that's a good pick. Let's see. I have Zisto next. I think this one's great. This one's actually pretty good. He does look a lot like this guy. Woody Harrelson, from Cheers, White Men Can't Jump. He was Tallahassee in Zombieland.
Oh, yeah. I know that guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because seeing him at Minecon, he kind of had the shaved head.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Woody Harrelson's had that lately,
I can see it now. Especially, when he had the shaved head and those, kind of weird blue eyes. Not weird, but bright blue, Mm-hmm. Not a typical blue. Yeah, I totally
They have,
see
a
that.
similar, jaw structure and everything, too.
Yeah,
it's pretty funny.
That's a really good one. Holy crap.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'll go down the line here. Well, I have another really easy one that I might as well get out of the way.
Probably the same one.
Avidia Zen as Jeff Bridges.
Jeff Bridges from The Big Lebowski. Same thing here. I got that one too.
And what's funny is, despite his skin being based off it, there's also similarities there. I don't know what Avidia looks like, but just the way he talks, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. I guess that's why he picked it. Cause
that's
something
that's why I picked it, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. I got two more left. How many do you have?
I've got 3.
Okay. Go ahead with one then.
All right. This one's a little bit far-fetched. It's Pyro And I looked up Irish actors because the one thing that always strikes me about Pyro is how hard it is to understand him if you haven't heard him talk for a while. Like,
yeah, it is.
Because once you get used to it, it's like no problem. But like if you haven't heard him talk for a while, he's just you know. So I looked up Irish actors, and the one I chose was Colin Farrell. He's from like Total Recall, Dead Man Down. I just saw him in Saving Mr. Banks. And the reason I picked him was just because they both have like kind of funny eyebrows, like eyebrow movements, which like always cracks me up. Like,
yeah, you're right about
very
that,
expressive eyebrows. So that's kind of why I picked them.
That's funny.
Yeah,
that's a good one. That's very specific. This one's gonna. This is probably gonna be the most offensive one, but for Good, I picked someone. This was mostly based off of kind of based on looks, somewhat, but not totally. Mostly based on humor and like the way they talk and everything. And for Good, I picked Danny DeVito. For people that don't know him, he's probably most popular now for It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah, that guy's hilarious.
The short guy.
Oh man. Yeah. That guy cracks me up. I can sort of see it. I don't actually know his sense of humor too well.
It's just like they're both like on that from that show and everything, and just Good somewhat. It just seems like they both have that kind of childish sense of humor a little bit, and just the way they talk kind of maybe a little bit similar. So,
and sorry for anyone who just heard a noise in the podcast. By the way, I'll try to edit it out. But I have this thing installed where like if I say the words "Okay Google." And then it tries to search, right?
Oh, really?
And so it thought I just said it. It was like, bloop. Okay, anyways. This one's just pretty much entirely a joke, and it's kind of based on the fact that we have no idea what he looks like. But my Etho is James Earl Jones.
James Earl Jones? Okay. Well, I went a little bit more for Etho.
Yeah.
I mean, James Earl Jones, most people know who that is. He did the voice for Darth Vader.
Only because of the voice, that's all. Like, they don't even talk similar. It's just they both have those like voices that really, I don't know.
Yeah, he was also in Field of Dreams. He was
right. Who the hell are you?
He was the writer guy. For Etho, for me, this is another kind of obscure one, and I mostly went by just the voice kind of, and this one kind of sounded a little bit like him to me. He was Martin Starr. He was Bill in Freaks and Geeks. I don't know if you've ever seen that TV show. Or he was in Knocked Up. I don't know the name of the character, but he was the guy that was made fun of for the beard. He had the long hair.
Yeah. Kind of. Yeah, he was in that new movie, This Is the End, I think.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
He's been like in a lot of those movies with the same people. But I picked him mostly because of how he talks in Freaks and Geeks. It kind of seemed a little bit to me like Etho, so
yeah.
That's
I'll
why I
have
went
to
with that
listen
one.
to him some more later. Yeah.
Okay.
And the
do you have any?
Yeah.
What did you say?
Nothing. I saw a picture of him with a Canadian flag. So.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
Do you have any bonus ones or no?
Well, I have one more Mindcrack one, and that's it.
Oh, okay. I have two
and this
bonus.
one, I don't. Okay, I just did Paul Stores Jr. as Scott Feinberg, but I don't think Scott Feinberg is a celebrity at all.
Feinberg.
He's not a celebrity. I was listening to an interview of Jack Black because I just clicked on one to try and hear his voice because I was comparing it to Poet, right? And the guy interviewing him, I was listening and I was like, who does that sound like? And it sounds almost identical to Paul Stores Jr. So I'll send you the link. We'll put it in the description if you want to take a listen. But I thought it sounded like incredibly similar. I mean, obviously you can't listen to it now, but
yeah, that's pretty crazy.
It was like spot on. So there you go.
Okay, well, I have a couple bonus ones that I'll get into really quick since you don't have any left. And that is the first one, Jaren, the guy that we hung out with at Minecon. I went with Brendan Fraser for him from Encino Man, The Mummy. He was the main character in The Mummy. Mostly based based on how he's like clean cut, like really just kind of like totally clean comedic style. Just like kind of looks goofy, acts goofy. Just reminded me of Jaren in a way.
Jaren looks goofy.
There you go. And this is the probably the one that's gonna make you laugh the most. Pretty easy one. I'm pretty sure this has been said before. But for Terrace HG, I went with Justin Bieber.
Of course.
Yeah, I guess
doesn't look that similar, but
there's pictures of him with almost the same hairstyle. So
yeah. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
I guess it's just because Terrace posts like sometimes those Instagram photos of himself. That's like sort of the teen stereotype, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, same thing, I guess. That's funny. Oh man, I'm sure he gets that all the time too. Poor guy.
Okay,
All
well.
right. So yeah, we probably ran a bit long on that, but it was a lot of fun for us at least.
Yeah. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and hopefully you guys
And-
enjoy the interview.
Yep. And here we go. We're here now in the interview.
Interview section time.
There we go.
With Glis6.
We had a
There you go.
flawless segue.
Flawless segue there. Flawless segue.
So
Yep.
our guest this time is Glis.
Hi.
Welcome to the podcast.
So
Yeah,
first
I'm
and
happy to be
foremost,
here.
I always do this. Just tell the people where they can find you on YouTube.
You can find me at youtube.com/user/ like it's not Glis, it's IGILLEZ, which is a little bit complicated, but I'm sure it will be in the description or something.
For you American people, by Z he means Z.
Right.
Oh, is that wrong? Okay, I didn't know that.
That's like
We'll put
the
it in the
English term.
description.
Yeah.
Okay, that'll work.
Yeah. That's the benefit of having a channel that's so hard to remember. Like we talked about that in the last podcast episode. We found a lot of random channels and just like we're like, how do these channels get so big with such a name that's so awkward to kind of spell out?
Mhm.
Like
Oh, I
how
wish
would
I
you
could
even
change
remember
my
it?
name. I really wish they should make that a possibility to just change your channel, like the actual link name. That would be so cool.
Yeah. But alas,
Yeah, well, can't you like you can make another account and link it to one?
Yeah,
so
you
wouldn't you
can.
be able to just do that? Yeah.
I think user/Glis6 already exists, and I don't have it. Let me look it
bastard.
up.
Here we go, looking things up.
Yeah, it actually exists, and it's not mine. So
Bastard.
So, but what about your Twitter? Where can they find you on Twitter? It's got to be more
that's
simple.
even
than
worse.
YouTube. Oh no.
my Twitter is twitter.com/Glis.
Glis.
Basically, like Glis.
Well,
It's like
the
a
key,
snake.
the key that I
Yeah.
use to remembering it is he's Glis6, so there's 6 S's
Yeah,
in
6. That was actually like the trick, I guess.
it. Yeah.
Wow.
So
Excellent.
Yeah, also because Glis6 was already taken, not by me, but it's taken. So yeah.
I don't
Alright.
even like I don't understand why Glis is such a popular name. I don't even know where it comes from.
Yeah, me neither.
Well, speaking of
Xbox
where it
One.
comes
Yeah.
from, yeah. First question, I guess, is where does the name Glis come from? Which apparently is the most unoriginal question in the world.
Oh yeah.
Off camera, this guy's heckling us, like saying, "Oh, I get asked this all the time. Come up with better damn
Yeah.
questions."
Come up with better
Hey,
questions, you damn idiots.
I was just reading the questions, and
Okay.
I said, okay, I got this a million times already. God damn it, don't be so mean. No, the name comes from the time that I still played RuneScape, and it's basically just an anagram of my real life name. I just threw the letters up a little bit in different, what is it? Like the second letter is the third, and the
Oh,
third
gotcha.
letter is the second.
So your name's
and
Slig.
yeah, basically.
Okay.
That's
And,
something that interests Mogswamp, actually, the Caesar code, I guess.
Yeah,
it's
the
almost kind of like that, you know?
anagrams and stuff. Yep.
Anagrams and moving letters around.
Yeah, and the 6 is because it's the 6th account. Like I had Glis1, Glis2, Glis3,
wow.
Glis4, Glis5, Glis6.
Got banned 5 times?
And no.
I just
was not
assumed
that
since
bad.
you said you made it while you were playing RuneScape that you made the account when you were 6.
Basically, yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, there
Man,
you go.
that would be wow. Yeah, could actually work.
So,
I
but-
think it already exists back then.
For people who don't know Glis, he's most well known for what would you say?
Building for Hypixel,
But yeah,
I
building.
guess?
That's what I would say too.
Oh, nice segue there. Well, how did you become a member of the Hypixel building team? How did that whole thing play out? How did you get to know him, and how did you get
Oh,
invited?
that's a very long story. Are you ready
Yeah.
for this?
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Okay, basically, I would say in the summer of, what year are we? We are 2014. In the summer of 2012, actually before the summer even, we got contacted by Hypixel on Matrintia to make a server lobby for him. and that was just a server that would have 100 people. Can you believe that? Like 100 people. That was the original plan.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So we made that thing. Me and the creator god made it, and during that time, we we had a lot of contact with Hypixel because he kept coming in and saying like, okay, I want this change, blah 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 blah, and I came along very well with him, and the lobby also turned out very nice. I'm not sure if you ever saw that, but that was like the very first lobby with the statue in the middle of a fountain.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I was never a big minigame guy, so I didn't see Hypixel till a couple, I don't know, maybe 6 months ago was the first time I ever heard of it. Or, I mean, I always knew about the YouTuber himself. Like, I always knew about his videos forever, but I never knew about the server, like what it was about for a long time.
Yeah, and basically, he was very happy with that, and I just became good friends with him after that, and I'm still good friends with him, talk to him pretty often, and it works out. I mean, if he needs something, he contacts us, and he does a lot for us back too, so
that's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
I mean, I guess I'm out of the two of us, I'm more of the builder type, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, Adulga's really good at building too, though. But
I'm on a small scale. I can do decent enough builds, but nothing like epic like you see on Hypixel or stuff that you've built, Glis, where it's just like I don't know how
things
how do you guys do that when you have like a huge build like that? Do you do it block by block, or do you kind of make shapes first and then, or maybe like even use some kind of other program, or is it all just in the game vanilla creative mode, just placing block by block?
Kind of. It really depends on the builder itself too. Like I'm personally a builder who uses a lot of tools in the way of like I could place everything by hand, but I can work so well with tools that it's almost faster to do it with tools a lot of times than to actually place them by hand.
Because I've never been familiarized with like MC Edit or any of those things.
Well, I don't use MC Edit either. When I'm talking about tools, I mainly mean Voxel Sniper.
Well,
I'm very good with Voxel Sniper.
Exactly.
So I use that quite a bunch.
See, like, I've never been, like, I guess, immaculated with all those tools. And so I'm, like, the exact opposite of you. Everything I do, every block is placed in creative mode. Like, and it does take a lot longer. So sometimes I wish I knew it a little better.
Yeah, it does take longer, but it depends what you're making. Like, if you're making terrain, I don't even see how you can start it without using Voxel Sniper or something. But if you're making houses or something, Voxel Sniper really doesn't speed it up a lot.
Exactly.
It's a lot of times you actually make mistakes because you try to be too fast. So I wouldn't say that's a bad thing that you do so much with like by hand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. The only external program I ever use is like a circle generator on the web, or like
I don't use that. That's something
really?
I know pretty much every circle out of my head.
I know the circles pretty well, but with ovals, ellipses, those kind of things. Spheres,
I can make most of those out of my head by just
cool.
Imagining them, I guess. Yeah, it's strange how that happened, because in the past I wasn't able to make a circle even with a generator, and then suddenly just something changed and I was able to do it. And I never needed it anymore.
Do you think that's like a big thing with some of those bigger builds, is just kind of putting a lot of shapes together and then just working off of that?
Sure.
Oh yeah.
Getting the main concept already before you make something, just taking your time to imagine the build, to know where you want everything, how you want everything, what colors. Like, just preparing your build in general is a very important part of making your builds.
I find that with my builds, at least, the thing that I came up with, and the first time I ever used it was on the Haunted House, which is like one of my favorite builds I've ever done. That was on the Red Cube server. You haven't seen it, Glis, but it was just like this big old haunted house that I built. And I had built it in creative mode, a lot of it, and I realized that like each room, like each part of the building was just a block, and you could put any two blocks together in any way. So I built it in creative mode, but when I built it in the game, it ended up totally different, only because the blocks, like the certain rooms were being placed in different places. And I sort of realized if you just like do a bunch of shapes like and put them together in different ways, that's how a build starts looking really cool. Because people are always talking about asymmetry, and it's like You can have symmetrical rooms, but just make, an asymmetrical build on the whole.
I wouldn't say that is even needed. Symmetrical builds can also be really cool. You just have to make sure that if you make something symmetrical, that it's not just a block, but that you actually add more to it. Like most of the things I make are not symmetrical, but I know people like Sunny Shades, who was on the Mitrinja server for a very long time. He made an epic cathedral, and that thing was really big. It had so many shapes, and it was perfectly symmetrical on 4 sides.
Well, that's kind of like the old Red Cube spawn, and my Flat World for that matter. Very symmetrical things. But anyways, I could talk about building forever because it interests me. But so the question kind of goes along with what we've been talking about is, what would you say you're like, your build on the Hypixel server that you're most proud of, or just any build, I guess. What would you say is the one you're most proud of, or is the most famous out of any of them?
I would say the lobby then, like the main lobby.
Oh yeah,
the main lobby.
But that would be.
Is that the current one or the previous one that you talked about earlier?
I would say that I like the current one more.
Yeah.
But that's just because there's like more possibilities now, more blocks, and you can make things more realistic.
Yeah.
But like in terms of how good the builds are compared to other builds at the time, I would say that the old lobby was definitely a better one then.
That's cool. It was like a revolutionary build in terms of...
It kind of was. It was a style that really didn't exist.
Right.
Like the typical style that Hypixel has is the Victorian, medievalish Victorian.
Yeah.
That's a typical Hypixel style, right? Well, before that, it didn't really exist. Before we did it on Hypixel, I barely ever seen that style. Steampunk and medieval was very popular, but something between medieval and actually modern didn't exist.
Well, before we move on, I just wanted to ask you one other thing that I'm curious about, which is I was wondering what your stance on texture packs is.
I'm personally a very big fan of texture packs.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I really think default is a pretty failed thing, honestly.
Yeah.
The textures are horrible. They don't fit together, which is a very important thing in building to me.
Right.
And the main reason why I don't like to use default. But I can work with it, I guess.
Right.
But I would, like, if I can do something else than default, I will. But if people want me to use default, I also will.
It's funny because we're actually opposite on that one too. Like, I can't stand texture packs only because
Really?
I want all of my builds to look good no matter who sees them.
Well, that then you have to pick the right texture pack.
Exactly, right.
If you pick texture packs like Ateres and Sphax, and well, those are my favorite ones or most used ones.
Sphax is nice, yeah.
Those are both texture packs that really don't change your reality a lot, and everything that you make in them will still look very nice in default.
Yeah, the ones that bug me the most are the ones where, they replace like green wool with bricks or something.
Oh, no.
So then you load up this world and it's like you're expecting to see some awesome build. You're like, what is this? This looks terrible.
Yeah.
I don't like these either. They kind of cheat the system, I would say.
Yeah.
But
okay, yeah.
Yeah, I think
agree
that's
with
what
you
it
there.
is.
Yeah.
I think the reason some people don't like the texture packs that are builders is because of that. Like, it's basically gives you infinite possibilities for the build, and like
it just makes it
takes
harder.
away. Yeah, it's kind of like the people that they don't like some of the mods that make redstone easier because it just makes it easier, and you can just pretty much do anything without being as creative as you'd have to be with regular redstone. I think with being limited to the vanilla blocks, you have to be like a really good builder to make it really pop, And I think with a texture pack, a lot of that can be just the texture pack that makes it look like a good build. So I think that's why people like Mog and others that don't like the texture packs. I think that's one of the reasons why.
I should clear my answer up then a little bit. Like I just said, I just like texture packs that are close to default because everything that I make, I want has to look good in default actually. So
exactly, yeah.
Especially if you're making stuff for the Hypixel server, I'm pretty sure a majority of the people on there, a lot of them don't even have a skin, so I'm sure they don't have a texture pack.
Exactly,
oh yeah, that's most things that get built in the past were always built in Ateres. But now most things get built in default, not for any reason, because everything that was built in Ateres looks great in default.
Yeah.
But it's just because I don't even know why that changed. Actually, it's just suddenly everyone started using default, and
Which I'm really happy about, because like too many posts on our Minecraft or something were just like these amazing builds, but then if you take away, let's say, the shaders, or if you take away the texture pack, either of those, and all of a sudden you're just left with like some bare bones structure.
Oh yeah, that happens a lot.
Exactly. Yeah.
There's a lot of people who know how to cheat the system.
Yeah.
So, talking about texture packs and talking about mods and cheating the system. How about this question here? How were you approached about being a part of the Attack of the B Team server, and how have you enjoyed working with mods and new blocks, as well as some of the bigger personalities on that server?
Oh,
it's a doozy.
Well, how was I? That's a big question. How was I approached? Well,
how were you approached to be on the server? First part.
Well, in the first place, I did the build school with Beat Ups, also on coincidence. Like that was actually a series that was never planned to really happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he actually really liked that, but our schedules really don't fit up because I go to school, he has the YouTube job, and a lot of times we had to like force ourselves to stay up late or wake up early just to be able to record it. So that didn't really work, but we still became pretty good friends, and the concept of the Attack of the B Team server is that they have like Generic B and Beat Ups have their good friends on there, so I was invited. That's simple.
And how have you enjoyed working with the mods and new blocks? We kind of talked about texture packs changing things up for a build. With all these mods, you get like a ton of new blocks to work with. So how have you enjoyed doing that on that server?
I have really enjoyed it, but the issue I'm having right now is that I have so much to do for school, and that I just have the time to figure out everything correctly.
Yeah, that's what sucks about mod packs a lot of the time. The problem is too, like, you have to really dig and try to find documentation on a lot of stuff.
The issue is I played mod packs before, and I never had issues with that. But now, just like I'm in my last year of school, and I have to make a end work right now, which I'm working on like right before I got in this podcast and stuff, and it just takes so much time that I'm not able to really dig into all of the things. Like everyone is a full-time YouTuber on there, and then there's just me who has 2 hours a day free time.
And it's discouraging too. Like you go on there and you see like everyone's done everything, and you're like, I don't even have the time to do this. You know,
it's very hard. It's very hard to figure out what I want to do every time because
at least
everything has been done already.
Punches is in the same boat as you. He was our first.
He has a little bit more time than me, it seems.
Yeah. Well, the thing with the mod packs for me is like I wouldn't know where to start with all the new stuff. That's kind of how I was.
I didn't really have that issue. I more had. Like I knew where to start, but everything has been done by now, and I want to do something original, and I don't have the time really to figure out something original.
Yeah, that's tough.
That sucks. Well, you've done from what I've seen, you at least did one video with BOO on there, or part of one. I think you lost the footage or something was wrong with it. Which sucks. Have you done anything else with anyone else on that server, or just BOO?
I did some things with the people together already, like with Corellas, the small prank thingy we did there, but most of it was non-recorded. Mostly because it's not planned, and to do planned recording, like I already said, I literally don't have time to think of anything, prepare anything, or something like that. Like I still need to do with beat ups. We still plan to continue working on the spawn, and it just didn't work out yet. So. Trying, but
hopefully it clears up for you.
Yeah, it's a very rough period at the moment because of the time issues.
Crazy too. Like just getting on that server got you so much attention. You went from like I think it was 5,000 subscribers to over 20,000 now in a few weeks. Even that's crazy.
Yeah, that was really crazy.
How's that been? Just like a lot of new people coming in. Has there been any backlash? Maybe because of you're not doing as many B Team videos, and that's pretty much why they came in, or has it been okay?
It's been pretty okay, actually. I figured it would be worse. Like I was like really expecting a lot of comments on my video that I uploaded yesterday, saying like, "Oh, where's Attack of the B Team and stuff," and I pretty much never have it. I never seen a comment or something like that. One time I got a tweet saying like you should do more Attack of the B Team, but other than that, it's been really fine.
I found the same thing. Like, I almost assume people are going to be worse than they are in the comments now. It's kind of funny.
I have that too. Yeah. I have that too.
It is. I mean, it is funny. Like, before I even started my channel, the comment section seemed so horrible, and it still is on a lot of videos. But it seems like within our community, it's a lot better than
it's not very
you would think
bad.
it would be. Yeah. It's
well,
not
you
that
built
bad.
a community yourself now, so that makes a big difference.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay, speaking of that server working with bigger people on YouTube and everything like that, this is a little bit of a tougher question, but you recently released a video and you removed it. It was a little bit controversial. You talked about some issues you've had with some people. You didn't mention the names, but I'm pretty sure we could assume it's some bigger people you've worked with at some point. And it said, we were wondering, like, do you feel like anyone has ever tried to use you for your builds or anything like that? Because there's people that we know and we've seen that have like different talents besides just making videos, you know, like doing graphics, doing intros, all that stuff. And it seems like a lot of times the bigger guys will take advantage of their ability to do that, and they kind of promise or maybe act like they're going to be buddies with them and stuff.
But sometimes intentionally, sometimes almost not intentionally too.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
It really happened a lot in the old creative world, I would say. Like when back in the time when Mitrintia was very small, and it was pretty much still not really a group yet, just a server where a lot of groups worked on. And during that time there were a lot of projects going on from people. I won't say any names here, but it happened a lot, and just a lot, that someone would like ask you for help and stuff. And he would not even care to thank you. He would just like, okay, you helped me, now get out. You had the honor to be able to help me, now just get out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a shame.
And that really happens a lot in the creative world, and it actually really makes me personally not like people, or to not trust them, or just not wanting to be around them.
Yeah, which is a shame because
of the things they did. Like,
right.
There was a certain community where people would always be nice to each other, and then there was just that few people who always felt higher than the others and would just be mean, never say hi, never talk to anyone unless they needed someone, just use them and then throw them away.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. In a community where everybody's kind of nice to each other, sometimes it can be easy to sort of work the system and take advantage of people.
Yep, and that happens, and I think a lot of those people are already removed from the community or just not allowed in anymore. But
so why did you end up removing the video? I'm just curious.
Because it was a little too personal, in my opinion.
I gotcha. That was the one you sent me, right, Adulgit?
Yeah, I sent it to you.
I took a look at it before it got removed. I thought I didn't actually think it was too bad, but a lot of the comments were very supportive, which was interesting.
Yeah, that was also something that really I didn't expect, honestly.
Right, like we said earlier, it's always a lot better than you think it's going to be in the comment section, which is
I was really expecting some comments saying, like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like,
yeah,
what are you doing here?
Yeah, who are you to complain about this and that? You're nobody. You know, like, you would expect people like that, because a lot of times there's just, like, blind support for the bigger people, despite any wrongdoing that they may do, you know. And it's cool to see like someone actually speaking out on some things. You didn't mention any names though, but it's good to see you actually speaking your mind and standing up for yourself and other people in a similar situation and getting some support for doing so.
I was just very surprised by the support, honestly. I expected, like I said, I really expected people to go hate and crazy on me, and I wouldn't mind.
Well, loyalty to YouTubers has always interested me a lot. Like, because it's almost a balance between the way you're loyal to your friends and the sort of idea of brand loyalty. It's like both at the same time, right? Because
that's interesting.
You've got those people who will get into huge arguments about, you know, Mac versus PC or, you know, Xbox versus PlayStation, like those brand loyalty sort of things.
Yeah.
And it's like the same with YouTube, except since you're talking to people on a personal level, there's also that like friend loyalty thing, you know, where you feel like you have to be loyal to your friends, and you feel like these big guys are your friends because they're always talking to you, and it's sort of that's always something that's interested me a lot.
You kind of do really know those people.
Exactly.
Like you can know a lot about these people by the things they tell. Like, for example, I already knew pretty well how Beat-Ups was before I even ever met him, because I just used to watch his videos all the time. I knew how he talked to people, how he is, and he is literally that person. It's not like they're playing a character or something.
Right. It's not like he's making up like a fake Southern accent or anything.
No,
no, that's someone else.
Joe Heels.
Howdy, y'all. Joe Heels here.
I always thought I was a real accent.
A lot of people did.
Is it not real?
No, like he's done videos even that have been up. Like he was a panelist somewhere, and he was just talking in his normal voice. There's been other times as well, but yeah, I don't know. I don't understand the appeal of it. I mean, I guess it's funny. I've done like Southern accents before in videos here and there, but I don't understand the idea of doing it. As
I guess
a
it's
full
just
character.
sort of like gimmicky, and I don't know, kind of.
Yeah,
I don't know. It can be something that just is you. Like if people think of you, they think the Southern accent. Like people, when they think of me, think of building, I guess, and that kind of stuff. It can just define your channel.
Right.
Yeah.
So, let's see. Did you answer the whole question? I think so.
I'm
just reading it back. This paragraph of a question.
That is a very, very, very big question.
Well, you can blame me. I'm the one that wrote all the questions. Mm-hmm. As usual, I do all the questions, and Mock Swamp does nothing.
I expected some more questions, actually.
All right, when I get a guest on, then I'll write the questions. How about that?
Yeah, it was cool though. Like having Glis on here. You probably never even heard of Mog Swamp before, and you only barely just heard of me recently. So it's cool to see you two actually have like a really good conversation about building and everything like that.
Exactly.
And, yeah. I think
That's
it's pretty cool.
how it's supposed to work.
Right? Yeah. I think all three of us should do something at some point together, some kind of series or video or something.
It was very nice to meet you, Glis, by the way.
Yeah, nice to meet you too, Mock Swamp.
This is like iconic right now, guys. You're hearing the first conversation.
Yeah, just like shake hands and stuff.
Uh-huh.
There you go. Just like look at the series we did, the Infinity Dungeon, from the beginning to the end. That was the first conversation we ever had.
Yeah,
together,
that is actually
that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, first time we were in a call, and actually with Mock Swamp as well. On his old fan server, first time I ever talked to him was during a stream on there.
Yeah.
So there you go. We're all about the entertainment value.
Uh-huh. It's authentic.
Just call up a random person and start doing a video with them.
Yeah, basically, just like, okay, let's do this. Start
That's the key to
and
success. Like back in the day, all the kids, they used to be like, "Oh, that's prank call people." Well, now what I'm gonna start doing is prank calling people, but doing videos with them.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, do you want to do a video? Okay, let's do it.
Well, thanks for coming on, man. That was fun.
Yeah, thanks for joining us and being a good sport as well. Like you didn't go into that much detail, but I mean,
but you didn't have to say anything. Yeah,
say anything about the whole personal side. That's that's the reason I actually asked you on, is because the whole movement, the whole Play It Forward movement and the podcast and everything, we're pretty much about like supporting the people like you, like us, the smaller people that maybe sometimes are used as a stepping stone or only used for whatever they need out of you and all that stuff. And not saying that it happens a lot, but it happens more than anyone talks about. Well, I mean, I'm not saying it happens a majority of the time.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
I think some of I'd say the majority of the bigger people are decent enough, but there's a good group of them that are using people, and it's not even stuff that's out there that people even realize or whatever. And then, like, I'm sure no one would really know until you started talking about that.
Exactly.
And it's something that people need to talk about more, because as this community starts moving more towards business, it's going to happen more and more often, and then we need to stick up for each other, the smaller people that are being used, because it's not fair at all. Like, to use someone for your own benefit of your channel,
It's very hard though to like stand up for it. Like, I'm pretty sure I could tell you some stories here, but the thing is, if I tell these stories, like, these people have a bigger fan base and a bigger support group than us,
and we don't want to have to take down the podcast.
Yeah, basically.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to take down my YouTube channel or like this podcast just because I told you something here that a bigger person didn't want. Like, yeah.
And there's really no need to get into enough details that all of a sudden there's all this
people
negativity
just need to know that it
out
happens.
there. Just need to be aware of it and
just be aware of it. Yeah.
Look out for yourself and your friends and.
Yeah, that's gonna do it, I guess, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
So thank you very
Thanks.
much for coming. One more
Thanks for
time,
coming.
youtube.com/Glis6.
That was pretty accurate, actually.
Let me guess. Okay, let me see if I can do it. Is youtube.com/IGILLEZ.
Yep, that was
Oh,
correct.
sweet.
There it
you
is.
go.
You heard it
There
here.
you go, them skills.
And-
You heard it here for the first time.
And on Twitter, at GLISSSSSSSS.
SSI.
No, there were two S's too, man.
Oh, well,
It's-
whatever. It's 6 S's.
GLISSSSS. There you go.
There we are. Thanks for coming, Glis.
See you later.
You're welcome.
We'll see you next time.
See you later. Well, yeah, I'll be here in the next podcast too, then, I guess.
Oh, sweet. Really? Oh, every
Well,
time
apparently.
Awesome.
Yep, every time.
And that is the interview with Glis. Make sure to check him out and give him a subscribe and like and favorite his face.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And if you can somehow find him, retweet his stuff. And
Yeah, it's a difficult task. We've had a lot of guests on here. All of them have been really hard to track down. Like, one guy actually asked me, how do you get all these people on the podcast? That's the thing, because we know how to track them down.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the only reson we got them. We
for,
remembered that their name had 5 different numbers.
Yeah,
in
for
it,
Glis, we had to get a special GPS. It was tough.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's pretty much does it for the podcast. We got a couple more things
Well,
we
that
want to
does
discuss
it.
really quick.
Yeah.
Oh, that does it.
Oh, that does it.
We kind of went long on the first segment, which kind of cut into our time here. We don't want to have you guys here all day listening to us blather on about garbage and other crap. Oh wait.
Oh,
This podcast
important
is great.
details and amazing stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
Um.
But yeah. Go ahead. Is there anything anyone you want to shout out or anything like that?
Yeah. So there were some people that I've come into contact lately, and it's a really cool part of the community that I think deserves a little bit of light, and I've been shouting them out a little bit. Drakart actually contacted me about the block-centric server after Red Cubed fell, but I got a lot of contacts from different servers, so I didn't really pay much attention to it because I just didn't have time to look into them all, I guess. But then this guy, RainQuest, started commenting on all my Flat World videos, and it turned out he was going through them from the very beginning. He actually caught up all 70 episodes, which
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah.
in the past like month or so, maybe 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So mad props to him. And so because of all that commenting on the videos, I went over and checked out his channel because right in the name RainQuest LP, so I could tell he was an LPer, and I really actually liked his style. He also kept commenting, comparing my Flat World to his Skyblock stuff, so I wanted to see because, there's some similarities there. So saw what he was up to, and it was really cool, and he seemed like a really awesome guy. And so I wanted to shout him out. Definitely, you guys should check him out, RainQuest LP. I'll try and remember to put him in the description. But also, then I noticed he was on the Block-centric server, and I checked out Drakart, the owner, once more, and we've done some stuff together. We did some Battleship and some Battleships. First we did some Battleship, the board game, and then some Pirate Royale. I don't know when that's going to be posted, but it was a lot of fun, and so I looked into some of the other members of the server, and it seems like there's a lot of great talent there that sort of undiscovered, and
There you go.
yeah,
Playing
so-
it forward.
Yeah, there we
That's
go.
kind of what we're about, uncovering talent. You mentioned pirates there. I was thinking about it, and I actually do have one person I do want to shout out, and that is Joe the Pirate. It's actually Joe the Pirate 1 on YouTube. The reason I want to shout this guy out is because I was pretty impressed by what he did for his 400th subscriber special. You know how we always do the kind of cinematic episodes, the
Right.
storyline based. Well, he did like a whole thing that was like the history of his character almost, and like his brother and his dad and like all this crazy stuff. And you can tell he did it all on his own. There's actually parts of the episode where you see his mouse move off screen, and then all of a sudden the other character starts moving.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, it wasn't completely seamless, but you could tell he put the work and dedication into it. It's pretty crazy.
I'll have to check that out myself because I haven't seen that. So
Yeah, it's pretty
I
nuts.
invite you to join me, guys.
And we wanted to talk about a couple other things. Like, of course, if you guys love the intros that we do for the show, I mean, let's all admit they're amazing, right?
Yes.
Well,
Wretched.
well, they're mostly amazing not because of our own talents, but because the amazing program called Songsmith, which is great.
Don't advertise songs.
Well, the thing is, you can get this.
It is great. It is great.
Yeah, we're not telling you to buy it. We're telling you to download it and use the 6-hour free trial and make your own songs. Send them to us. Maybe they're intros, maybe like intros for the show or intros for segments even, and send them in to us, and we'll use them if we like them. Otherwise, we might even just play them just for kicks, just to give you a shout out for sending one in.
So yeah, you can contact us, I guess, at the email.
Yep.
You better say it just so I'm.
It's I believe it is PlayItForward
YT, right?
YT, like for YouTube, at gmail.com.
So PlayItForward YT@gmail.com. You can send in your Songsmith songs and
send in your comments as well. Anything.
Yep.
Fan letters, fan mail,
fan art. We will
Yep.
display it in the podcast. I will do it. I'll make it happen.
We'll make it happen.
And yeah, if you guys also, if you just have something you want us to talk about, some sort of topic, just let us know, because sometimes we run out. So it's not like we'll get to it every time, but
guests as well, ideas for guests.
Yep. Oh yeah, ideas for guests. A lot of you actually have been tweeting at different people on Twitter, saying join their podcast, go on their podcast, which is awesome. So that's
we
really
definitely
cool.
Promote that.
And that also really helps us out a lot, because if a lot of people are asking someone to join this podcast, they're more likely to look into it and see what the hell it's about. So, play it forward. That's what the hell we're about.
Pretty much play it forward. And see you guys next time. We don't know who our guest is going to be, but you can bet it's going to be another amazing one.
Andy Milanakis,
I think, for sure. We'll get on it.
Yeah, tune in next week for that one.
Or maybe we should get Whoopi Goldberg.
Yeah, Whoopi Goldberg. Yeah. We'll see you next time.
See ya.